Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. And by the way, it is actually raining outside here. And maybe you could also let me know whether it has rained in your area. Ladies and gentlemen, a few weeks ago, I think last week but one, the National Dialogue Committee, co-chaired by Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and Kimani Ichung'wah, released their report. William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, immediately endorsed that particular report. Raila Odinga, the Azimio leader, instead of endorsing the report, decided to convene a crisis meeting of Azimio leadership. And during that meeting, it became very clear that the team was divided on that particular report. Martha Karua, one of the co-principals in Azimio, did not turn up for that event. One of the members, Azimio members to the NADCO team, Eugene Wamalwa, was also missing from that particular event. But Raila Odinga explained to Kenyans why the two were actually missing from that meeting. Let me play this clip of Raila Odinga explaining why Wamalwa and Martha Karua missed that event. Listen in very briefly.
And rejecting this particular report. I'm speaking about Martha Karua and also Eugene Wamalwa, who's a member of that particular committee. Is it because that there is some disagreements amongst your team?
No, there's no disagreement at all on this issue. Honorable Eugene Wamalwa was here earlier on in the meeting of the summit. He only has had to leave because he had some pressing matter to deal with. But he approved the report as presented by the team. He had not been in the country when this report was being signed, but he's going to append his signature on the report. Honorable Martha Karua is out of the country. We talked to her earlier on today. She is in Hargeisa in Somaliland, but she's traveling and will be back around 1 a.m. this morning. So she has no issue at all.
No, that's Raila Odinga explaining to Kenyans why Martha Karua was missing from that event and also why Eugene Wamalwa also missed that particular event. I hope you paid very close attention to what Raila Odinga was saying in that particular clip. If you didn't pay very close attention, please go back and listen to it again because it's going to form the basis of this analysis. And then the next day, Eugene Wamalwa, while attending to some function, I think somewhere in Western Kenya, told Kenyans that there was no way he was going to append his signature to that report. In his statement, Raila Odinga had told the Kenyans that Eugene Wamalwa was going to append his signature immediately he came back to Nairobi. That did not happen. Martha Karua, Raila Odinga explained, was out of the country. Then Martha Karua came back to the country. The first thing Martha Karua did when he came back into the country was to issue a statement. Let me just read for you the statement which Martha Karua posted on her Twitter. That I find the NADCO report troubling, problematic, and unacceptable. A more detailed statement loading in the coming week. So Martha Karua actually told Kenyans that the NADCO report, problematic, unacceptable, and that it's troubling. Then he promised that in the coming weeks, she's going to release a statement. Then yesterday, Martha Karua and Eugene Wamalwa emerged from a meeting. That meeting between Martha Karua and Eugene Wamalwa, in my view, is significant politically speaking and is actually worrying Raila Odinga. So in this video, I want to reveal to you guys why Raila Odinga is actually worried about the meeting that took place yesterday between Martha Karua and Eugene Wamalwa. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. and to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Of course, yesterday, Martha Karua and Eugene Wamalwa met somewhere in Nairobi. But before that meeting, there was another meeting that Martha Karua had actually convened between herself and Mount Kenya Azimio leaders. Let me just show you something from that particular meeting, because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics happens for the sake of it. Let me just get you this this photo of the meeting. Now, if you notice this photo, there is Martha Karua there. Maybe you can help me, the first guy on the photo, to the left or to the right of Martha Karua, to the left of Martha Karua. I'm not getting the image very clearly, but then there is the former Laikipia governor there. Then there was there you can see Jeremiah Kioni, and then you can see Peter Munya. Those are the key allies of Uhuru Kenyatta in Azimio. And there is something in this photo that my friend Ngigi actually pointed out to me, that behind this photo there is that picture of crucifixion. There is that photo of crucifixion. I think that's of Jesus. So why do you think these guys took this photo here? Were they trying to tell Kenyans that the Kikuyus are being prosecuted, both in Azimio and in Kenya Kwanza? Of course, the main objective of this Kamwene group is basically to fight for the rights of Mount Kenya, whether in Azimio or in Kenya Kwanza. But let us not get into that. Let us focus on the meeting between Eugene Wamalwa and between Martha Karua. And by the way, allow me to take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names there for the coffee which they sent to me yesterday. And I'm so grateful because it goes a long way in supporting the channel. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now dive in straight to why this meeting between Martha Karua and Eugene Wamalwa is significant and is worrying Raila Odinga. Number one, Raila Odinga is worried because of the 2027 political formation. If there's one man who is currently in a very big dilemma, then that person is none other than Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Odinga is under a lot of pressure from his supporters to run for the presidency again. And indeed, the way Raila Odinga is operating currently, there's a chance that he might actually run. Previously, had concluded that Raila Odinga might not be running. But assuming Raila Odinga decides that I'm not running, I'm going to endorse someone, he still finds himself in a very big dilemma. Because in that situation, I see a possibility of Raila Odinga endorsing Kalonzo Musyoka, because that's where his signs are headed to. He's likely to endorse Kalonzo Musyoka. The moment Raila Odinga will endorse Kalonzo Musyoka, then who is going to be his deputy? That is the biggest question. Of course, there's a general agreement that in case Kalonzo Musyoka will be the Azimio presidential candidate, then his deputy should actually come from the Luhya nation. So in Azimio, we have two key Luhya players. That is Eugene Wamalwa and that is Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. Of course, today I saw Oparanya meeting with Gaucho. I don't know where, but I think they discussed the politics somewhere there. So the truth is, the running mate is going to be between Wamalwa and Oparanya. That would mean Martha Karua is automatically out. And that's where the problem is. The moment Martha Karua is left out of the equation, I see a possibility of Martha Karua jumping ship. And now, if you take the two remaining ones, now Oparanya and Wamalwa, there's a political party called ODM Party. Do you think ODM Party can endorse Kalonzo? Then they also fail to secure the running mate slot. Which means, as far as party politics is concerned, Oparanya is actually favored to be Kalonzo's running mate, for that matter. In that case, it means Eugene Wamalwa is also out. So are you following where I'm trying to head to? Which means two key players, that is Martha Karua, knocked out because of Kalonzo. Then Eugene Wamalwa also knocked out because of ODM politics. So we have Eugene Wamalwa and Martha Karua out. So there's a possibility that if that were to happen, then Martha Karua can actually team up with Eugene Wamalwa to contest for the presidency. So I hope you are understanding now where the formation is. Why formation is actually a big problem for Raila Odinga. And by the way, if you have not subscribed up to this stage and you keep on watching these videos, please do it right now. Because I know so many people are watching these videos, but they are not yet subscribed. So the moment you subscribe, every time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. For example, I believe that whatever I've tried to explain in that one point alone, you cannot get any other place. You can only get it here. Yeah, so what I'm trying to tell you is that the moment the formation in Azimio will take shape, Kalonzo, the presidential candidate, Oparanya, because of ODM, the deputy running mate, it means automatically that Martha Karua is going to be left out, Eugene Wamalwa is going to be left out. The moment that's going to happen, it's simply going to mean that Martha Karua and Eugene can team up. And do you know why they can team up? Eugene Wamalwa was Uhuru Kenyatta's favorite running mate in 2013. There's this story that the mountain needs to be consolidated by producing a presidential candidate. So in that case, Martha Karua would be a presidential candidate, but deputized by Aluya. So in that case, we are likely to have 3 presidential candidates: Martha Karua, Kalonzo Musyoka, and William Ruto. Maybe we need to do an analysis on that scenario, what's supposed to happen. So that's number one. The formation. It's going to complicate the equation for Raila Odinga, because if you look at it, even if you have the position of the Prime Minister and the 2 deputies, can Martha Karua agree to be Prime Minister? Anyway, that's that. Number 2, from whatever is happening, and from that meeting, it is clear that the 2 people actually opposed the NADCO report. And I added that they also met, Martha Karua also met with Jeremiah Kioni, Peter Munya, and former Governor Anderito. Those 3 are Uhuru Kenyatta's allies. Jubilee Party has already rejected that NADCO report. And of course, the other day, I posed a question whether most people believed Martha Karua on her rejection of the report or endorsed it. Most people actually agreed with Martha Karua. So which means most of Azimio supporters are actually anti that NADCO report. Again, that puts Raila Odinga in a very awkward situation. And that's why that meeting between Karua and Eugene Wamalwa is giving Raila Odinga sleepless night because of the NADCO report. I've always told you on this platform that NADCO report, or the bipartisan talks, is actually beyond Ruto, it's actually beyond Raila. There were external forces behind it. So Raila has to accept it, Ruto has to accept it. But what about their team members? What about their supporters?
Naheshimu sana kiranja wetu Raila Odinga. Naheshimu sana. Sisi tulikuwa tumesema mambo ya cost of living ikue katika talks. Nimesikia tu, bado sijasoma. Na ngoja nifike Nairobi nisome report ya dialogue. Lakini kama cost of living haiko kwa mambo ya dialogue, basi tutaambiana nini? Tutaambia watu nini? Watu wamekufa, watu walienda streets, watu wakapigana. Huyu jamaa anapandisha bei ya vitu kila siku, usiku na mchana. Ana introduce tax, ana introduce mambo yote hiyo. Sasa mimi naenda kusoma hiyo report. Kama cost of living haijazingatiwa hapo, basi Kenyans unaona. Sisi tuko peke yetu. Tujipange, tujue vile tutafanya. Because the main issue here was cost of living. Wananchi wanaumia. Watoto sasa January fees, wazazi watafanya nini? Wazazi watafanya nini? Hata ile ya Kibaki ya free primary, sasa nasikia Zakayo anaitaka, sasa anataka ushuru. Ile Uhuru alileta ya free secondary day, nasikia Zakayo amesema haiwezekani, anataka ushuru. Cost of living iko juu. Kama kuna talks zote zinaendelea ama hizi zimeendelea na hazijaashiria hiyo maneno, uyaonaona. Na mimi kama mbunge wa Bumula wanami Wamboka, anything that is not about the cost of living, sikomu.
Number 3 is perceptual value. I've always told you on this platform that politics is a game of numbers. Those numbers are either real or perceived. Now, if you have Azimio as a formation, then the first batch of Jubilee Party exit and they join Ruto. Then there's a group which is now left with Azimio. Then that group also decides to move on or to chart their own political path. That is Karua, Kioni, and the rest. So the perception would be that Azimio is losing support, that there's serious mistrust in Azimio, and of course that they're losing the numbers, because let's face it, Mount Kenya alone gave Raila 1.4 million votes. Probably because of Uhuru Kenyatta. Without Uhuru Kenyatta, those numbers would have been a bit down. So it's about the perception of politics. Someone can say, you know, you can't brag because Azimio are losing their key players. And lastly, it's about the fallout. You see, from what I've just explained to you guys there, I doubt if you'll find it very difficult to believe that Azimio Lamoja One Kenya Alliance can actually disintegrate. That there are factions that have already, or that are already emerging within Azimio. So it's a big unity test for Raila Odinga, a big unity test for Martha Karua, a big unity test for Eugene Wamalwa, and of course for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. I don't know what you think. That's my take. If you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, up to this stage, just know from wherever you are that I really value it. I don't take it for granted. So I don't know how you can let me know that you reached the point, but just know I really value it. The best thing you can do for this channel is normally to share the videos and also to just drop your comments and press that thumbs up button. Thank you guys. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.